One of the things that I like about Honey is the fact that we are sharing all our plans, all our secrets with you. So, regardless of where you are in the journey, whether you are a style station that are looking at building your business, whether you might be a style station that already built a business and are maybe looking at increasing your business so that you can start qualifying as a team leader. Maybe you're a team leader and you looked at this business and you said, maybe I need to give myself an increase. Maybe for a while you lost focus on your business and you need to rebuild it back. So, this Honey Success Plan is for you. Now, I think one of the most important aspects of this business is to know that the only way our business stays sustainable is by attracting and recruiting new members into the team, teaching them about sales, and helping them to reach their objectives. This is one of the key points why direct selling is so popular because it puts you in the control seat of your earnings. If you would be working for a salary, you cannot walk into your HR's office right now, or maybe just your boss, and say to him, please, can I have 1,000 Rand more at the end of the month? He would most probably just laugh at you and just say, you know what, I think you need to go and see the doctor. I mean, it doesn't work like that. What I love about Honey is the fact that you can actually do that. You can have a board meeting with yourself today and say, we need some more money. How are we going to get it? Now, the one secret tip I want to share with you right now is if you are at the position today where you realize I need to do something more or I need to grow my business, your secret in activating your plan must be immediately, because procrastination crawls in like a little demon between the time that you've made the decision and the time that you act on your plan. And the longer that period is, the easier it is for those little gremlins to come in and actually just cause you to not start at all. I would often speak to business owners about this, and then they would come and say, "You know, I'm so busy right now. A lot of excuses that are very valid. I'll start next week. I'll start on Saturday. I'll go and recruit next week." Or maybe what they very often say is, "I'll start at the new financial year." Now, that means the moment I hear that, I just see that stretch. And then I see those little procrastination demons putting their heads up and multiplying. Because your ability to take responsibility for your business is what will elevate your team, elevate your leadership status, and bring you more money. So let's talk about identifying the person that you would like to join your team. So we've got various training modules out on this, and I never claim that this is the only way or that this is the only information, but for today, I am going to speak to you about finding like-minded individuals to join your team. Now, the first thing you need to remember is people will join our business for various reasons. So maybe one of the reasons they would is to actually earn an income. But you want to choose these people very carefully because a lot of people want to earn money. No, a lot of people want extra money, but they don't really want to work for it. And you are looking for business minded, disciplined individuals that you can make part of your tribe. You also want to look at fashion conscious influencers. So, this might not particularly be a person that is interested in the money side of Honey, but they love the fashion, they love the beauty, they love the glamour of that. You can maybe go out and look for influencers or entrepreneurs that have got a lot of followers on their social media. But remember, one of the most powerful social media lines is that of having your WhatsApp status. Now, unfortunately, you can't really go and find out how many people I have, for instance, on my WhatsApp status. But I can promise you right now that every single one of us has got at least 100 people that will keep their eye on our WhatsApp status daily. So I want socially active people with a network. I want people that are not locked in their homes, not going anywhere. I want them out, hustle, bustle. I want them because those are the ones that will much more easier make a success. And then maybe you want to look at those people that are already involved in businesses or that are entrepreneurs. However, I would much rather recruit you and teach you all the finer details of my business, um, because the secret in earning well is not about what you can do over 6 or 7 different businesses, but it's what you can do on all the levels in one business. And there's a lot of earning opportunities that we have in Honey that you might not even be aware of right now or you've not explored. So also remember that as you work with your brand new sales consultant, as those would be the people that comes into your business, and they might need to understand the bigger picture before they get committed. So, how do you attract those people into your business? Wearing the product is definitely one of the most key components of our business. So, I think it's always important for ourselves to check ourselves first and to see, do I wear the product? Do I talk about the product to people? Do I have my catalog in my handbag? Am I able to advertise and be visible? And do I use social media in different forms? I think it's very important for us to really understand that if we are not portraying our ideal sales consultant, we will never attract them. I always speak to my leaders about the law of attraction, um, because it's very important to understand that if you want people in your team that is successful, great sellers, look fashionable, and they act professional, you need to be that person. Otherwise, you would only attract the kind of people who you are. Um, when we talk about recruiting, a lot of people, for them it comes very naturally, and others are really a little bit hesitant. So I always try and engage with people by commenting on their outward appearance. I think it's very important to make sure you give a genuine compliment. And I would say things like, "You, I can see you are dressing so stylish, or you look perfect today, or I love your jacket, I love your earrings." Maybe she would have a handbag and shoes that are matching, and I will comment on that. Um, and then you can start the conversation by, you know what, I sell Honey Fashion accessories. Could I show you one of our catalogs? Have you seen it recently? Do you know the brand? Um, Use conversations that will start with if I showed you my honey catalog, would you be interested in looking at what we have on offer? If I would show you our business opportunity, would you perhaps be interested in joining and earning some extra cash from that? It's when you ask these questions as open ended, um, you know, it's just about engaging in the conversation in such a way that you cannot say anything but yes. Then share with them showcasing the opportunity, which is one of the videos that is available on the YouTube channel or that is available on the Honey website. Always make sure you've got those links. So at this stage, I would then have my little Add Me card ready. Remember, my Add Me cards are those empty business cards, which I will give to a potential recruit, but I'll ask her to write her number on it and give it back to me. So it is a business card that I buy that you would fill your details out and then give it back to me. I would also in my handbag either have my own Honey business card or my opportunity flyer with my number on it. I will hand that to her and she can keep that. Don't ever, ever, ever leave a person and you don't have the information with you. And then you can go up and follow up with them. Remember, the fortune lies in follow up. Did you like what you see? Whether this was initially, maybe it would initially only start out to be a client that wants to purchase, or this is just a start of a conversation. You're offering her the catalog. So maybe you've not even recruited her yet. But this is very often the start of our opportunity with our discussion. Now, some interview questions, some typical questions that you can use, and I find these actually quite valuable because sometimes I don't know about you, sometimes I don't know what to ask the person. How do I get the conversation started? Are you familiar with our company? Do you know what we market? That is one of the lines that I use most frequently. People will often say to me, yes, I know the product. Yes, I know the company. Or maybe they say to me, I haven't seen a catalog in such a long time. So that really is a very easy pickup line. Can I call it that? Maybe I want to ask them if they come to me and they say, listen, I hear you're selling honey. I want to join. Maybe right now what I would like to do is I want to ask the question, why? Why honey? If you can early on understand why they joined your business, it really puts you in the driver's seat, because knowing their motivation gives you the upper hand in knowing how to encourage them. For instance, if somebody says to me, I just recently had a baby, I'm back at work, but I'm telling you the nappies are killing me, then I would say to her, so are you joining honey to buy nappies? And then every time our conversation with her would be, you know, what is your target per month? Because now we need to determine, do we buy 1 pack of nappies or 2 packs of nappies? That will determine her target. That will determine how she actually interacts with everything. So it gives me a direct line of language. So I will speak to her nappy language. You know what? Have you done your nappy target? Where are we? That kind of a thing. So it's very important to early on know why they have joined, why it is honey that they chose. Are you aware of the compensation plan? These are very nice keys to pick up, especially if it's a very entrepreneurial orientated person. You want to know upfront if they have a WhatsApp enabled smartphone. Do they have a working email address? Do they have access to data or Wi Fi? And maybe at this point, what you can do is you can start already introducing them to the concept of Honey Connect. Do you have a transport or a driver's license, because you will be needing to collect your honey parcel from me or from the delivery point? So these are all just typical questions to help you to start a conversation. Um, I would obviously at this point ask them if they would have their money ready for their starter pack. Um, I would share with them what is in the starter pack, the opportunity flyers, how beautiful the recruitment bag is. Um, do they understand internet banking? Because maybe at this point I need to show them or teach them how we will pay online. And it gives me an opportunity to do some valuable training with them. I also would be asking her if she understands how to drive sales on WhatsApp. And I will be giving her 2 or 3 small little tips right now. Because you might actually have a person that have joined that have never really driven sales via WhatsApp. So don't think because you know that they know. You really have to remember that we need to train them on all aspects of the business. Um, do they understand that honey is a business for them and it's not a job? Do they understand that they would need to put in hours, that they need to put in effort? Are they willing, able, and allowed? For instance, would the husband allow this? Especially when they start upgrading to a style station level. Is it allowed by the family or is it allowed by their job even? And I think the most important thing is they need to know why. Why are they joining this business? Now, what I like to do is when I know the why of my honey, I literally try and on the contact sheet, on the contact on my cell phone, in little brackets, I would put her why. So if I know it is for nappy money, I would maybe just in brackets put nappy. Maybe she would just say to me, you know what, I need to contribute 500 Rand towards transport money. So I will put 500 Rand dash transport. So these are all different little tips that I can give you to make sure that I always know who I'm speaking to and how can I keep speaking their language. So we are going to introduce them now with a recruitment pack. And why do we actually need to do a recruitment pack? I think the first thing we need to understand is if we want them to take the business serious from day one, we need to put them on a platform where they actually build a serious business. And I am launching every single business with a recruitment pack because in there's my pre-order form, which is the start of building their client database and how they can accurately keep track of their orders. The business booklet form is obviously filled with education and information, not only regarding the honey journey, but also how they can be successful. I will also have them there. Their opportunity flyers are in there, and I can, from the word go, show them how they can start building their client database. Because remember, every sales consultant that have joined right now does not potentially know a thing about a database, about growing, and about expanding her own business. Therefore, I need to make sure that she's got all the tools, but there's no use in getting the tools for her and then not teaching her what to do with the tools. So, what I do recommend is after she has purchased her starter pack, you would then make a separate appointment with her where she would then unpack her starter pack. You would take them out one by one, showing her every single item in the starter pack and teaching her how to use these tools. I'm also going to encourage them right now and train them on a catalog. So whether you join the business when there is a printed catalog or not, it's important to always create the expectation or inform them of catalogs coming, and also then explaining to them what is the benefit of investing into a catalog and how they need to work with the catalog. What is the plan? Now, if you are not yet familiar, or maybe you have not yet watched, or maybe you've watched it and hasn't, maybe you haven't implemented into your business, I want you to scroll down on this YouTube channel where you find the link and find the green video. It's got a green cover, lady with a green dress that says interacting with my clients. This is a very vital skill that you need to learn yourself and then teach to your sales consultants so that they can understand what is the value of purchasing a new catalog. Remember, our printed catalogs comes 4 times a year. We have that with our ultimate collection, which is in August. In October, we have Give. End of January, we have Honey Women. And in April, we have Adore. So those are the 4 categories or the 4 major collections per year that will be launched with a printed catalog. So now I have actually got my first recruit, and what am I going to do with her? Because this is the most important couple of days, is the first 7 days when you interact with her. So first you're going to ask her permission to add her into your broadcast list or your team contact list, and you're going to explain to them why you are going to add them to your list. I always say to them that that is my way of communicating to the whole team. I reassure them, in my case, that my group is a closed business, and that me and my office assistant are the only ones that communicate there. Maybe you choose to have a active group where everybody can communicate, and maybe at this point you would lay down the rules. I believe some rules need to be there. You don't always have to comment on everything. We are only using this for a honey communication, so you're not allowed to advertise anything else on there. Those kind of things, whatever your rules are. I would suggest now that you create an image for your new recruit and send it to them so that they can be so that they can have a banner which they can post onto their WhatsApp status and show people that they are a honey in their area. If you have got a next team event coming up, I think right now would be a great opportunity to slot that into her diary. Maybe if there's an event, if it's a head office event, or maybe if you've got a team meeting or a training date, give that information to herself. And then maybe also what you want to do is explain to how you would interact with her, either on face-to-face and then training sessions that takes place on WhatsApp, so that she can understand. I know a lot of team leaders run their team communication group and they've got a team training group, and they separated the two. Maybe you want to explain to her right now why you've got 2 different WhatsApp groups and what is the purpose of them. Obviously, now we are going to collect the money for the starter pack. And make sure that you always communicate the correct price of the starter pack, as it often increases, or not often increase, but as it increases from time to time. Now, the secret lies in challenging your new recruit to achieve sales of 1,000 Rand within the first 7 days. The most important part is the quicker you can help your new recruit to turn her new business into a cash and a profitable business, the more her believability will grow in this business and the higher her level of commitment. So sit together right now and make a list of 10 family members and friends that they can immediately approach and share their catalog with. Help them to with some lines on how to start the initial conversation, because remember, for them it's a brand new thing and they might be completely overwhelmed. Around the third day after your recruit have joined, you want to call her. Don't WhatsApp or send her an SMS. Call her. Check in and see how she is doing. Ask her how her clients reacted. Ask how she felt after dropping off some of her flyers. Does she have any questions? Did she start reading through the business booklet? Is there anything in there that she wants to ask you about? And then celebrate their wins, no matter how small. Even if she got her first order for a pair of 89 Rand earrings, I want you to celebrate it with great enthusiasm, because remember, you might have forgotten how amazing it is to make your first sale. But for her, it is important to help her to celebrate that right now. On day 7, I want you to follow up with the achievement of her 1 week challenge. You want to maybe at this point congratulate her that she did 1,000 Rand, and maybe she only did 600 Rand. Also celebrate that. Celebrate this together in your team or on social media or in any way that you can make her feel special. If she has not yet, maybe she made sales and she has not yet paid for them, you can take her now through some training on paid, but also still celebrate the fact that she could gather some orders. So this is the first week of your training, of trading with your brand new sales consultant. But the reality is you've got a lot of things that still needs to be done. And in the progress of her journey in honey, it's very important that she now learns about our product and our business as much as possible. So remember, you would have your training platforms and she would understand how to access those. You also need to make sure that she really understands and she's very familiar about how to place an order, how to get her orders paid, and where she gets her delivery from. A lot of time I find that people join a team and maybe 2 or 3 weeks goes by, and then when we actually accidentally stumble across them, they would say to me, I don't know how to place an order. I don't know how I'm going to get my order. And they feel, because they are so new in your team, they feel maybe a little bit intimidated, or they might feel completely out of line asking you such a simple question. So also make sure that you reach out to those girls. If they've joined your team, not placed an order, ask what is holding you back from placing your first order, and then help them, train them, guide them through the process. Um, you also need to teach them how to deliver their product to their client, how to give a great service. Remember, not everybody knows that. Teach them about packaging, putting a ribbon on, delivering, and also sit down with them and show them how to do sales in a daily basis. I think it's very important that we teach a sales consultant that joins our business from day one that she needs to aim to place an order for one item a day, regardless of the price of the item, because today it might be a Honey Miracle Bee cream, but tomorrow it might be a pair of shoes. So I want to have every single sales consultant in my business active at placing one order a day. Usually, I know right now I've put this down here at month number 2, but usually within the first 7 days that she's in my team, I already encourage my new honey to share the opportunity with friends and to just post my recruitment banner on her WhatsApp status, even if it is for only one day. The quicker I can help them to see that there's a lot more people that's excited about the business, the better my chance is to help her to upgrade to becoming a style station. For me, always my aim is to show everybody in this, everybody that walks through my honey door, I want to show them the complete business opportunity. So introduce them now to your leader, or maybe invite them to sessions where they can be introduced to one of the higher level of leaders, or maybe your upline leader, and teach them how to share the opportunity with other people. Encourage them to achieve their goals. what is so important is if you understand that if you can help them to get what they want, it will inevitably help you to get what you want. I always try and teach my sales consultants to become at least a sales consultant that averages out at the level of 5,000 Rand a month on group sales. But I always want them to get what they want, even in the business opportunity. And also because we've got multiple levels that they can really grow in Honey, I want to make sure that they find the sweet spot for them. If they have now been able to recruit 2 or 3 new honey members, I want to introduce them to the Style Station opportunity. At this stage, I would start adding them to my weekly training sessions, and I'm sitting down and showing her in the honey business opportunity booklet, all the information is there. They need to receive their training on the Honey portal and the Honey app, and show them how they need to qualify to become a Style Station and earn, first of all, remember at 10,000 Rand, that is where the Style Station will receive her delivery for free. She will get 10% commission on her group sales. So I teach them not the bare minimum. I teach them the 10,000 Rand business plan because it's my job to make sure that they get cash in their pockets. I'm going to continually speak to them about adding a new team member into the team every single month. They need to understand to build the business and their earnings. They need to bring in those people in a regular time intervals, and I prefer that to be 1 a month. So this is just a training session where I want to encourage you to start really actively building your business in honey. I've been doing this for 21 years, and I still believe that this is one of the best opportunities for a woman in South Africa. So I want you to go back through this plan. I will also make sure that the PDF is posted for you, but I want you to really go back and find as much information as you can, get different point of views, get different plans, but the secret lies in the doing. It's not in the learning, it's not in the understanding, it is in the doing. I would hope that you would set yourself a goal, which is not negotiable, to recruit at least one person per week who activates. Now, the reality is for you to get an active recruit every week, you would have to recruit at least 5 people for the week to make sure that one of them activates. Everybody grows at a different rate, and sometimes I would have people that are recruited that might be in my team for a while before they activate. I have created the culture of keeping people around me as much as I can, because for as long as I've got an open line to them, I can influence them. So don't lose hope on those people that you've recruited maybe last month and they have not yet activated. Maybe what I want to challenge you today is once a week, reach out to those people and ask them, I see you've not yet placed your first order. What is standing in your way? How can I help you? And I hope that your business grows in leaps and bounds, and that you never lose this rhythm. The secret in having a growing business is to never stop recruiting. Regardless of how well your business do, regardless of how difficult circumstances is, your focus should always be on how can I grow my business.